What's up and welcome back. Rockstar has unveiled, they've taken the cloth back over this update that's dropping February 26th, the one they announced last week, but now we actually know what all is coming in it, and it's so much stuff. It's so much stuff. I'm Bandit Barney, bringing everything you need to know about Red Dead 2 and Red Dead Online. Thank you for stopping by and being with us today. So this update has got so many things. We're talking new free roam events, new showdown modes, new races, new guns, and tons of new clothes, not to mention new emotes. I can't wait for this to drop. Also, all the way up until the update drops on February 26th, you're going to be getting 20% extra XP on all activities. Now, that was something that started yesterday. It's not brand new, but there it is for you. That's going on. Hopefully it works better than the Posse XP bonus they announced last week. So let's dive in though. Let's dive in and see what we're actually getting here. And there's a lot. There's a lot. This is by far the biggest update that Rockstar has brought forward. And you know, like a lot of the other stuff has been bugs and fixes and patches and stuff. And this is an actual content. They've delivered. They're bringing it to us. Hallelujah. First off, we're going to be getting a new game mode called Fool's Gold. Now, this game mode is kind of like a King of the Hill, except for instead of the hill, there's armor. And the guy that gets the armor is the king, and everyone tries to kill the king while the king is killing everyone else. Nice, cool gold armor. This, you know, I'm happy that they're putting a game mode in like this rather than trying to go the route of, like, you know, Battle Royale, Gun Rush. We can just brush that off the slate. We don't ever need to talk about that again. But Fool's Gold, this looks like it's gonna be a fun one, a King of the Hill style, and it looks like it might mix well with a couple new guns that we're gonna be getting in the game too. We'll dive more into that, but we got a lot of things to go over still. Fishing challenges. So they're actually adding in, this is a free roam event style activity that we can partake in, and they're challenges that will highlight a body of water, and then you go to that body of water and you try and catch the most pounds of fish. So it's not who catches the most fish, it's who catches the most pounds of it. So you're looking for weight here. Catching the big heavy fish is better than catching the small little ones. The nice thing about this is when we start this free roam activity, one, the activity gives us everything we need. So your lures, your rod, if you don't somehow have one, and as well as your different baits. On top of that, you also are free from griefers while in this free roam activity. Yes, finally the griefers have the no door. They cannot come in anymore. Griefer, no. Fishing challenges, free roam activity. It's looking really fun. I love that they've listened to the community and they're bringing more into the free roam of the world, because the world they've built is so beautiful, so magnificent. It's almost going to waste when you know, you take us out of it to go do a different activity. I mean, not necessarily take us out of it, but limit us to certain areas for like a showdown series or something like that. Not that those can't be fun, but it's nice to see more free roam activities added into and expanded on here. And this fishing challenge is going to be something that's going to get us in playing more, doing more fishing, which is something that I think, you know, hunting's really the way to go because fishing's kind of boring. So it's going to add to that. Hopefully we can sell our fish once we're done catching them. Hopefully this activity becomes extra profitable. We'll see. Then we have 3 new showdown series modes. Okay, 3 whole new ones, and they don't go into extreme detail on what they are. They say that they'll give us, or stay tuned for more details on what we're gonna get with those showdown series. But we know the names of them, and they're Up in Smoke, Spoils of War, and Plunder. So we can only guess that Plunder would be, you know what? It's a showdown mode, so you're gonna be playing against other players. I wonder if Plunder's one where certain players have like a wagon that they're trying to take to a destination, and you're trying to go and stop them and plunder the treasures that they have on board, or something like that. Up in Smoke, Spoils of War. It's hard to say what they're going to be, but they do give us a couple brief notes on what it is. You're going to be competing to capture and deliver bags, steal loot from each other, and survive. So kind of plays into what we thought about plunder, spoils of war, and up in smoke, all going to be along those same lines, but not exactly sure what they are yet. They didn't go into detail like they did with the fishing challenges here, but I'm extremely excited to see them dropping so many different things for us to experience in this update. We got, let's see, 3 showdown series. We got Fool's Gold, which is actually a free roam event, insanely enough, which is awesome. I just kind of passed over that. Fool's Gold's free roam event, so that's adding more to that free roam world. And then we have the fishing, and as well as race, a couple races that we're going to be getting. Unfortunately, one of those is a PS4 exclusive, but we'll get to it. Hold on. Don't start crying yet. If you're playing on Xbox, it's not an exclusive. Sorry, not an exclusive. Misspoke. It's a early access PS4. Which, you know, when I read that, I was like, really, Rockstar? Really? You're going to take away from the players on the Xbox when you really have been lacking a lot? So, interesting choice, but nonetheless, that's the way it's going. So, let's keep going here. We got new race style called targeted races. And this is where you're going to be on horseback and you shoot targets to go past the checkpoint. So you have to hit these targets while on horseback to go to the next checkpoint to eventually finish the race. New races are awesome because honestly, like, the most I saw talked about races was when people were like, hey, it's a great way to earn XP if you tell everyone not to finish and you guys just mess around the whole time. You can earn XP that way. So the races are just getting kind of boring, as well as if you're in a race and you got shot, you couldn't win. Like, there was like almost no point to continuing because there's no way you're gonna win. So I'm glad to see them adding variety to the races as well. Then we have 2 new weapons. Yeah, 2 new weapons coming in, and one of them is going to be in the category of my favorite, which is repeater. We're getting the Evans repeater, high grade, high capacity. Evans repeater, high grade, high capacity, which makes you think that it's going to have a lot of rounds. It'll be able to hold a lot of rounds, as well as doing a lot of damage. Now, I don't know if it's going to be able to compare with the Lancaster. The Lancaster's got a special place in all of our hearts because it is so well, and it just feels so good. So hopefully it can compete with the Lancaster. We'll see. On top of that, we're getting a rare shotgun, which is a double barrel long arm shotgun, and I imagine that this is similar to the one that's in the story mode right now. They have the double barrel shotgun there. It's called the rare shotgun in the story mode. I'm not sure if it's going to be like similar or the same. I would imagine it'd be a little bit different, because if they had it already made, there wouldn't be a real reason to not bring that into the online sooner. I don't know, just some theory behind that. But those are the 2 new weapons that we're going to be getting in this update: Evans repeater and the double barrel shotgun. I'm glad to see a new repeater. Something I'd like to see is a new style of weapon besides those bolt weapons that we can use for hunting, because I don't know, using that bolt action for me with only the 5 rounds while I'm hunting can be a little annoying. I love using the Lancaster, but it only works on foxes when I'm hunting. So it'd be nice to see a new weapon for those big game. But I feel like I'm complaining when we're getting a lot here. So not to say that this isn't cool. 2 new weapons for us to be getting. Awesome. And then we're going to where we're getting a ton of customizable clothing. And this is really, really cool. And I'm happy to get all these clothing because I know that you dedicated players out there that are level 80, 100 plus, you know, you're looking for ways to make your character different than a lot of the other players, and we're getting tons and tons of new clothing. They don't go over everything exactly, but what we do know is that we're gonna get a snake diamondback hat with fur trimmed Rutledge and a fur trimmed Rutledge vest. I can't wait to get my hands on this snake hat. But these are just a couple of the things of tons and tons of things they're bringing. They say jackets, boots, coats, gloves, hats, vests, and more. So I imagine we're getting tons and tons of clothing, and this is going to be really, really cool to finally be able to set yourself apart from everyone else, because although we do have some customizable options right now, getting that extra stuff is going to help us not be as similar to everyone else, because there are some things right now that are just a lot cooler than the other things. Everyone's wearing them. So really, really cool to see this. On top of that, they're bringing in a variety of emotes that range from greets all the way to taunts. Now, I'm glad to get the emotes because right now when I'm playing in game, most of the time I don't have my mic in game, and then when I do have my mic in game, a lot of the other players are in like a PlayStation party chat or something of the sort. So it's gonna be really fun to have more options of communication, because right now it's like wave or shoot, and that's our two options: is wave at someone or tell them you want to kill them. And there's really nothing else to do. So it'll be really fun to get those emotes and stuff like that. Looking forward to that. Now diving into the PS4 early access. This is not exclusive, like I misspoke earlier, but this is early access, and there's only two things, but one of them is actually an open target race. So it's a game mode, and this is a race where you shoot each other, essentially. You compete in an open space to take out the most targets on horseback. So I'm not sure if you're going to be shooting each other or if you're going to be shooting enemy NPCs. But it could be either or. This is actually sounding like it might be enemy NPCs, which is really cool. The horseback activities are needed. Horses are such a big part of the game to have only races. And I like how they're going into a variety of directions with incorporating like shooting and not just racing on your horse. So this is really, really cool. Unfortunately for those Xbox players, this is early access for PS4. We don't know how long it will be until it comes to Xbox. On top of this, we get this and one of the coolest items I think I've seen to date, the jawbone knife. There was an animal knife in the story mode that you can pull out of a bear. We're gonna get something very similar to that in the online now. Awesome. I can't wait to see that holstered on my hip while I'm roaming around, and also when I use it to take the pelts off of different animals. And then on top of that, on top of that, as well as a range of new clothing options and 3 new emotes. So these are all PS4 early access content. You're not gonna be able to get them on Xbox right away. I don't know how long it'll take until they come on Xbox. I just don't have more information on that. Generally, when publishers do these deals with developers, they'll get it a month before it comes to the other consoles. So hopefully it's only a month, but I can't say to what extent it will be. And last but not least, there is gonna be special items coming to the catalog that are timely items. They'll show up in the catalog and then they'll disappear, probably to never come back again. I mean, you don't want to go that far. If it sells well, then they'll probably bring it back. But these are going to be items that drop in the catalog and then disappear after a certain amount of time. Really, it's always fun to see items like that, because then it just gives you a little bit of that incentive to, hey, let me jump on and see what's in the catalog today, or let me see if anything's changed. And you hopefully get that one piece of item that your buddies don't get while they're out and about on the weekend, and you can just drop on in and pick that up. That's gonna do it for this update news, guys. Tons of stuff coming. I can't wait till February 26th so we can get hands-on with all this stuff. Once again, thank you so much for stopping by. If you enjoy the channel, make sure to hit that sub button. I'm Bandit Barney. I hope you have a good day, and until the next time, we'll catch you later.